Hello there, travellers. You're back on our channel, all about the world's greatest travel destinations. Today we visit Armenia, a place of millennia-old history, picturesque scenery, and uniquely rich culture. We will talk about its hidden places, most Instagram-worthy spots, tastiest eats, and greatest festivals. In short, we'll cover everything you've come to find out. So, if you've set Armenia as your next destination, be prepared for history, beauty, and great fun. All right, time to talk about Armenia's hidden treasures. These are all unique spots you have heard of, but that shouldn't stop you from going, and you'll surely be awestruck. First up, Dilijan National Park. How about an armchair trip to another country? Picture this. If Armenia was supposed to have its own Switzerland, then it would be Dilijan National Park, which it does have, a lovely atmosphere at Dilijan National Park. Armenia's little Switzerland, dotted with forested uplands, picturesque views and humble wooden cottages, makes it a fantastic destination for hikers exploring nature while providing an excellent backdrop for meditating or simply spending their free time in a peaceful setting. Whenever visiting the area, make it a point to visit the town of Dilijan, which offers a warm feeling of artistic craftsmanship, similar to the impressive Hagia Sophia Cathedral of Istanbul. It's a small town with many galleries and exhibition spaces, where local painters showcase their works, waiting for you to tap into your inner Picasso. It's like walking into a postcard. Think Alpine vibes, but Armenian style. Next, let's talk about Karahunj Observatory. You know Stonehenge? Armenia's Karahunj is 3,000 years old and is considered an ancient observatory where people used to see the stars. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can feel the power of this place when you walk among the ancient stones and look up at the same stars that medieval Armenians once gazed at. It's perfect for the history buff who's into ancient mysteries. If you like a dramatic view, you must go to the monastery of Noravank, tucked in the mouth of a narrow gorge between high red cliffs. It's a fine example of medieval Armenian architecture. And if that's not enough for you, there are beautiful carvings on the walls, which are as good as any modern gallery you've been to. Wine lovers, take note, this one's for you. Areni-1 Cave was the site of the world's first winery, dating back to 6,000 years ago, proof of 6,000-year-old Armenian wine culture. I make the short drive to the south of the river to visit Areni-1, known as the location of the world's first winery. Stepping down into the cave, which is mouth-shaped and carved into a pinkish stone, reignites Narek's passion for his country and burgeoning love for these landscapes. Archaeologists found evidence of Armenian wine culture from the bottom jar, where crushed grapes were stored, to the upper jar for fermented wine, pipes connected to both, and grape pips and seeds. Wine merchants or consumers drank the wine from a shallow cup with a pointed bottom called a koto. I'm not a wine expert, but judging from the level of the jars, the wine likely was not diluted, giving the cave a boozy aroma during production. What I know is that standing there in a cave tied to the beginnings of that ritual, long before the Napa, Bordeaux and Tuscany of today, is quite humbling. It's like finding a vintage bottle of wine that's been aged for millennia. Next on the agenda, photography. Armenia is simply brimming with out-of-this-world scenic locales that will take your breath away. Sure, your Instagram followers will take note as well. First up, Tatev Monastery. Tatev Monastery is perched on a mountain like a crown. Spectacular views await you here, especially at sunrise and sunset, when the light streams through the valley in soft oranges and pinks. The world's longest cable car, Wings of Tatev, is also here if you want to ride. If you're looking for a blue landscape, head to Lake Sivan. It's high up in the mountains, and its large freshwater lake provides the backdrop for the Noravank Monastery on its peninsula and the vast expanse of the lake. Urban art time. The enormous Cascade complex in Yerevan is a staircase flanked by sculptures and fountains. It is an open-air modern art gallery with splendid panoramas over the city and Mount Ararat in the distance if it's not too muggy. Want something different? Visit Garni Gorge, where Mother Nature has made up an instrument called the Symphony of Stones, and the rocks are shaped like an organ. Mother Nature decided to give a symphony here of rocks. Now that you've been exploring and taking pictures for a while, you must be getting hungry. So let's sink our teeth into Armenian cuisine. Imagine the smell of charcoal-grilled meats, pork, lamb, beef, all marinated beyond perfection. Already your mouth is watering. Korovats, as it is called in Armenia, is what BBQ would be if it had a distinctly Armenian flavor. It's spicy meat served with fresh veggies and lavash. Buy more than you can eat. That's an Armenian rule. Dolma is a stuffed grapevine leaf, usually filled with minced meat, rice and spices. It is typically a household favorite in Armenian cooking, and it is quite an art to prepare it correctly. If you visit an Armenian house and they serve dolma for lunch, be ready to have the best taste of the day. A fun fact is always included in the recipe. Some say dolma is like a love letter to your stomach. Every bite is filled with tradition and care. Still, saying lavash was just the side. It's part of UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage too, and watching it pull from the tonia, an underground clay oven into which it's been baked, is an experience. Gata as dessert? Yes, please. Gata is a flaky, buttery, matcha-flavored pastry, often filled with nuts or fruit. It is excellent with tea or coffee as a snack. Then when is the best time to visit Armenia? You know, if there is a good time, that depends on what you want. You have a wet climate in Sherdaq. Our climate is divided into wet and dry. It's dry here and wet in Sherdaq. Oh, I see. In June, is it more dry? You see, June is a beautiful month here. Everyone should visit this valley in June. The weather is warm and the most beautiful time of year. Thank you, then I will come in June. Do you live here? That is what everyone assumes. Good day. Spring is when Armenia looks like quite a good place, especially green. There'll be flowers blooming everywhere, and you can avoid the tourist crush. Summer is the festival season. Drink local wines at Yerevan wine days or get splashed with water at the Vardava Water Festival. Yerevan and its provinces are alive and kicking during the summer months. It's fall, so all the markets will be stuffed with fresh fruits, especially pomegranates. It's the best time of year to be outdoors as well. Let's enjoy some skiing in Armenia. Are you fond of snow? Armenia's winter is for skiing. The resorts accept many people now, but if you want or wish, you can enjoy it in the mountain air in Tsakatso, Jermuk and other places where you will feel very comfortable. There are few people, so you can feel as you want. You can ski or sit in a cafe for a hot BBQ. And the festivals, so many festivals in Armenia. Here the country's history and traditions are brought out in complete form. Imagine washing the country, a water fight exactly. That is Vardava, wet and cool. That is how it's nice in the summer. You couldn't walk down the street without getting a squirt. For wine lovers, there's no better month than May, when the capital gets taken over by a massive wine festival featuring simultaneous parties in different districts. They drink, rock out to live music, and frolic in the park, sampling some of Armenia's best wines. Film lovers will be pleased to know that the Golden Apricot Film Festival, which takes place in July, brings filmmakers from all over to celebrate film in Armenia. Armenia is a small country with a big heart, full of hidden gems, unique culture and mouth-watering food. When you plan to visit Armenia, your memories will stay forever. Start dreaming and making plans for Armenia, like share, subscribe and hit the notification button. We will see you soon on another trip. Thank you.